sisters and bros, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Rene, and this is Reese. And today we are going to be doing a weekly check-in. We're going to do 60 days on 75 hard, and I always like to do these on the same day that I do check-ins with my bodybuilding coach. So we're going to do them together. I have so much stuff to update you on. So many things have changed over the course of these past 60 days, strength-wise, progress-wise, and new things for my coach. So I'll do the check-in with my coach too, and we'll see what he says, because they actually moved up the Olympia from December, which it usually is, to early November. So that means it's a month earlier than we planned. So I might need to be starting prep a month earlier than planned. So I'm gonna talk to my coach about it and see what he says too. So I'm gonna get in some a little sports bra and stuff, and we'll do our check-in photos. Okay, so usually what I do is I just set up my phone and then we put it on timer so that we can do the photos. Okay. Okay guys, so we just filled out the check-in form from my coach, so we're gonna hear back and see if we can get an update on when we're gonna start prepping for the next show, since Olympia's in November. So ideally, we would want to try and compete in a couple of pro shows before the Olympia, because I have to get first in a pro show in order to qualify. So we want to do that before the Olympia, obviously. So we want to have enough time where we could have a couple of tries at some shows. So a couple things that my coach is having me do now as far as training. Because my last week's check-in, I was on my period and I was experiencing obviously, when you get on your period, you're gonna have bloat. That's why we started re-implementing me taking my greens every morning, because it really does help with it. And I had been kind of, when you take it some days and then you forget some days, but I have officially been doing it every single day for a week and I haven't forgot. So I was just telling him I was feeling so weak, which is so normal when you get on your period, for your strength at the gym to literally plummet, because your body is working so hard. What women do is pretty freaking insane. And if you're a girl who goes to the gym, you know that around your period, you're just you're so weak, and it can be so upsetting, because you feel you're making progress, and then one week you're just tired. But the thing is that when you're off your period, your strength ends up coming back regardless. So I just kind of wanted to go over my progress for this 4-week split, because you guys know that when I do my workout programs, I do them for 4 weeks so that I can get the movement down, I could build strength off of it, and then I change it. If you change your workout program too often, then your body doesn't get time to actually build strength on that workout, and you're literally just going here, doing this, going there. And I used to do that because I would get so excited about doing all the different workouts, and I missed out on really just focusing and honing in on my workout. So I have my training program on my phone for every single day. So I wanted to kind of go over some of my progress that I had, because I'm going to need to create a whole new training program for the next 4 weeks. So if you guys want your own training program, I have them down below in the description under the Buff Babe Academy programs. I have thousands of women that are on the program already, and it's very wellness based. So you do hip, upper body and stuff like that, but it's really centered around really progressing with your lower body. So that'll be down there if you guys want it too. So the biggest thing that I wanted to grow this off season was my glutes. So my quads, I've talked about this before, are more developed than my backside. So my front side is developed, and my hamstrings and my glutes needed a lot more work. So I made that my priority. So what that means is on Mondays, when I am fresh, I've had my rest day from Sunday, I am ready to hit it hard. That's where I put my hardest glute day. And it's so weird, I don't realize these things that I do, but some people just train and they don't really think about it. But I want you to really think about how you're feeling on each day and what you want to put on that day. So my program is structured perfectly because I know my body by now and I know how I feel throughout the week. So I schedule certain things on certain days because I know my strength is going to be up or I'm not going to have as much strength. So Monday, we do glutes and hamstrings, and my hip thrust, I started at only doing I started at doing 3 plates on each side for 12. So my rep count for these was 3 sets of 12. So I started with 3 plates on each side, hitting the 12 reps. Then week 2 of the program, we did 3 plates on each side with 10 pounds. Week 3 of the program, we did 4 plates on each side. And then the last week, which was my strongest week, I did 4 plates and a 10-pound on each side. That's how I do my weights. Like I literally write it down like that because I don't want to do the math at the gym. So I'm just like, okay, 4 plates here and the plates here. That's just how I do it. So we went from week 1 of the hip thrusts, 3 plates on each side, to week 4 doing 4 plates on each side, which is, by plates, I mean like 4 45-pound plates. That's a tongue twister. And 10 pounds on each side. Like that's so incredible. And if I wasn't tracking, like I wouldn't know that. And what could be really difficult when you're not in like a cutting phase, because I'm not in a cutting phase, I'm in a building phase where we really need to work on those areas. What can be so hard is that like you don't see progress of like your body getting shredded, but if you switch your mindset from being shredded focused to being strength focused, you can still get just as excited about it, because I still get really excited about, oh my God, like last week I did this and this week I did this. So that was my progress on my hip thrusts, and I'm probably going to keep that as my Monday workout. I don't know, I'm not sure. From the RDLs, which I needed to grow my hamstrings, we went from 1 plate on each side, and then on week 4 we were having 2 plates on each side. On my abductions, I went from like 150 pounds for 12 reps to 235 pounds for 12 reps. Leg curl went from 70 pounds to 100 pounds at the last week. Shoulder press. So I do shoulders on Tuesday. That's like really the only upper body workout that I really like push for, because for wellness physique, you want a really hourglass shape. So if you see the girls, they have the cap shoulders, really small waist, and then large lower body. So that's what I'm trying to like create while I'm doing this. I already have very developed shoulders and a really developed back. I don't train chest anymore because I don't need to. So yeah, my workout program's a little different than most people's, but it's because bodybuilding. So I am just like so proud of the progress that we made for these 4 weeks, and like I am sad that I have to like change my workout now, but it'll get me like re-excited about it. So yeah, so my training program is Mondays, glutes and hamstrings, Tuesdays, shoulders and calves, because I don't like training calves on my leg days because I'm already freaking tired. So I'll train it on my upper body days. Then Wednesdays, I'll either go and do like yoga or something. And then Thursdays, we do glutes and hamstrings again. And then Friday is back, biceps, triceps, and calves, because mine are teeny tiny. And then Saturday, we do quads and glutes. And then Sunday, we'll do like some walking or rest recovery. So Saturday, I put my quads and glutes on Saturday for a specific reason, because it's the very last day of training and I'm already have pretty exhausted myself. That's why I put personally quads on that day, because my quads are already developed. I don't need to push that hard. I just need to maintain them right now while I build and focus on building the glutes and hamstrings. So that's why I do that. So let me know if you guys want a new video on how I'm gonna structure my training routine, because I really want to, you know, come up with it with you. So let me know if you guys want, because it's like a lot goes into it. So yeah, I'm gonna wait until coach checks in and then I'll check back in with you. Okay, I forgot the last important thing that I was supposed to tell you, but you know how I was telling you about how I was feeling such low strength on my period, which is completely normal and it shouldn't like upset you, but you know, sometimes it still what really upsets me. So I was telling my coach about that. So he recommended that for my training program, that once I'm on my period, that's when we're gonna do a deload week. So for example, if my period was the last week of the month, I would go hard like I have been week 1, week 2, week 3. And then when week 4 comes around, I would do a little deload, maybe focus a little bit less on like really pushing the weight and a little bit more on reps, which is kind of what my body had to do anyways. You guys saw me in like a previous video when I think I was training upper body, I was training something, and I was feeling so low energy that I just did like reps, and it still felt really good because just having that time under tension is still super important, and focusing on really feeling like the squeeze and feeling your muscles contract is great. You don't always have to be like PR, 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 but having 3 weeks now of really like hitting it hard and trying to progress in my weight on all of my important lifts, and then having that week where it's my period, I'm already feeling kind of tired, that I just kind of focus on deloading a little bit more higher reps. So that's what I'm gonna do. If that's something that you guys want to implement, you do you. It's your period. Do what you want. Okay, now I'll check back in later. Okay guys, we're at the gym now. Went to hang out with my dad for my birthday, which is tomorrow, and then now we're gonna train some glutes and hamstrings, because today is Thursday, so it'll be my second glutes and hamstring session. So I'm gonna look at my training program. I'm going to do this one. I'm not feeling that great today, but we'll kind of see. A little bit tired, you know. So we'll see how well it goes, but today we're gonna do this workout. It'll be the last time that we do this because we're gonna do a new workout program, so we're gonna do it together. Okay, my love, so today we're hitting glutes and hamstrings yet again. So I started how I always start, and I will forever start. You guessed it, glute activation. So using my Gym Reaper's glute band, I started off by doing clams on each side, really focusing on feeling the squeeze at the top of the movement. After doing both sides for about 12 reps, I started doing some hip thrusts and abduction combos. So this is how it goes. I will go up, thrust, squeeze, then keep that squeeze, and then abduct, squeeze, then come down. Then I did some lateral band walks, making sure that my feet don't come together so that I can keep the tension in the band and on my glute. If you bring your legs together, then you lose the tension. I also added a little bit of pulsing squat. So I would do a little bit of lateral band walk, then a little bit of a pulsing squat. And then once I start to feel like, okay, my glutes are activated, but I don't want to over pump them so that they're pre-gassed before I start doing my actual workout, then I stop and I move to the fun part, which is hip thrust. So like I said earlier, by this time in the week, I'm not as strong because I've really pushed it for a couple of days. So today I typically do a glute day, and I kind of call it my glute pump day. So I don't try to like PR or really overdo it. I stay very intentional with my time under tension and really just start slowing it down. So I'm gonna do half the weight I would normally do, but I'm going to increase the time under tension by adding a triple contraction instead of a single contraction. So it goes like this. I'm going to unrack the weight and thrust all the way up and squeeze. Come down only halfway, pause, come up all the way and squeeze, and that's 1 rep. If you guys haven't tried this, you have to. You see me do this all the time. You're probably tired of it, but it is incredible. Even though the weight is lighter, it still burns just as much. Then after about 12 reps, I'm going to rack the weight and grab my band and do as many reps as I can till failure of banded hip thrusts. So we're gonna do that for 3 sets total. So you'll do the hip thrusts, then as many reps as you can with the band, and then move on to your rest, and then next set. After all of this, we're gonna move into something I call booty squats. And I really just call them this because it's a squat that I intentionally put the focus on my glutes. Personally, I like using the belt squat here. I load it up with about half the weight for today's workout and put my feet positioned wide and a little bit, have my toes pointed out. If it helps you, kind of feel it out first and sit into it, because then you can really see where your hips naturally lie. We're going to do 3 sets of 12 here, and I'm going a little bit slower than normal, really focusing on feeling the squeeze at the top. Then we're gonna move into some glute kickbacks. I feel like I've been sleeping on these for a while only because I just couldn't seem to figure them out. Like, I've tried them so many different ways and I always get my back involved. So today I really just lowered the weight and really just focused on feeling the squeeze where I was supposed to, instead of just trying to like do as much weight as I could. So
I did 3 sets of 12, you guessed it, on each leg here. Now, this is where I'm the worst YouTuber ever. My battery died and I was using my phone camera, so here's some of my phone camera videos for the rest of the workout. I did 3 sets of 12 on the single leg standing hamstring curl, and then finished this workout off with a kind of superset. Not really, but it's like a superset of the same workout. So I did 3 sets total, 12 reps each. I would do 12 reps with a lighter weight with my back upright. Then I would increase the weight and I would do 12 reps leaning forward over the machine. It burns so bad doing these back to back. And that was my workout for the day. Bye.
Okay guys, we are back home. We have showered. I thought I brought my batteries to my camera with me, and I forgot them. So sorry if the little workout video was not very good because I had to use my phone. So I tried my best, but we're home. I got my Mega Fit meals right here. I just put it in a different bowl, but this is literally one of my favorite things that they have. Chicken quesadilla. So amazing, very high protein. I'm using some of the spicy guac as my little dipping sauce. This is literally me and Zach's favorite. I just put it in the air fryer and it gets a little crispy. And it's so good. Okay, so to end the video, I want to update you guys on what my coach said. So, I was talking to him and I did my little check-in, and he always sends me a little like video back with what he's, you know, the progress that we've made and all of that. So, I think the last time that we checked in, we increased my calories. So, we are increasing my calories one last time. Because right now, I'm gonna look really quick. Right now, I think we're about 2,100 and something like that. So I'm gonna look at my new meal plan. Okay, so now we're almost at 2,300 calories. So we upped it by about 200, and this is going to be our last calorie increase because Coach told me that we are starting prep for the next show in 4 weeks. 4 weeks. So that's going to give us a 20-week prep. So 5 months, which is great because the longer the better, because we don't want to cut in a very short amount of time because it's just not good for your body. We want to take our time. We don't want to cut calories too fast. So that's why he's increasing my calories again for the last time so that we can start cutting calories from 2,300 versus if you were to start cutting calories from, say, 1,600, then there's less wiggle room with the 1,600 and more wiggle room with the 2,300 calories. So he gave me like a couple ranges of pro shows to do, ranging from starting 8/18 through about the end of October, I believe, because the Olympia is the first week of November. So we want to try and hit a couple of pro shows before that so that we can qualify for the Olympia and compete in the Olympia. So big things coming, guys. We're getting ready to start prep again. So I need to really start getting in the right mindset. You know what I mean? I'm feeling so strong in this off season, and I'm really proud of the progress that we've made. And I'm just like, I need to like get ready for that because my whole life starts to shift once I get on prep. Like everything starts revolving around that, you know what I mean? So, hope you enjoyed this update. I keep spitting my food out. I hate when people chew on camera and I'm chewing on camera. Oh well. Well, I love you all so much and you are more powerful than you think. Bye.